What's up, everybody, and welcome to One Man's Opinion. And hey, it's been a while since I've put anything up. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I probably uploaded something that was pre-recorded before I uploaded this, but it's been a while since I've actually recorded anything. So it's good to be back. It's good to be back behind the desk and looking into the camera and recording something for you guys. Today, we are looking at epic rap battles of history. Now, before we just dive right into it, let me talk about this for just a second, because when I was a teenager and I was coming up through high school, epic rap battles was just getting started. As a matter of fact, I can remember watching them before their first season ever finished. So I found them while they were still in season 1 and they were still just getting rolling. Now, I will say that there was a time when epic rap battles quit making videos and they just kind of backed off. I can't remember exactly when that was, but it doesn't matter. At some point, they quit for a while, and I kind of lost touch with them. And so I haven't watched any ERBs in a long time. It's been a good long while since I've really sat down and watched any of their videos. And then I saw that they had posted a new video up, and I got to thinking, like, I wonder if that's even going to be any good. You got to think, when I was in high school and then after high school, when I was still watching some of their videos that were coming out, I was a lot younger then. My personality, my comedy tastes have changed a lot since then. Besides that, 10 years ago, you could still pretty well do or say whatever you wanted in the name of comedy. And now, because of political correctness and cancel culture and stuff like that, a lot of comedians have taken a step back and not been as, I guess, brash as they once were. And so I'm really interested to see if they're any good at all anymore. I hope to see that it's still very funny. Having said all that, I don't even remember off the top of my head who is in this rap battle. So let's get into it and find out what's going on. Alright, before we really get into it, just know that I will be pausing and making some comments here and there on the bars and if the rhyme scheme and historical stuff. On that note, I don't really know much about Ragnar. From what I can just remember thinking back, I'm pretty sure he died in a pit of snakes or something like that. He got snake bit or something. I'm pretty sure that's how he died. Also, other than that, I don't really know much about the guy. I know he had a few sons, and I think that the show Vikings, which I think is on the History Channel, I think the show Vikings, the main character is either based off Ragnar or maybe he is Ragnar. So my knowledge here is limited, so I may miss some things. I'm going to try to pick up on them. As far as Richard the Lionheart goes, I actually know a decent amount about him. And you probably do too, even if you don't recognize the name. If you've ever seen a Robin Hood movie, he's always King Richard that comes in at the end of the movie and kind of saves the day a little bit and helps Robin Hood out right at the very end. He's always off fighting in the Crusades, during the movie often. And it's so funny because I actually just watched a video with Russell Crowe, and Russell Crowe was talking about some of his, he was talking about some of the movies that he's done, his iconic roles, and Robin Hood came up, and in that movie that Russell Crowe did, Richard the Lionheart actually dies at the beginning of the film, takes a crossbow bolt while raiding a castle, I think in France, and dies. So he doesn't show up at the end of the movie like is typical in a Robin Hood movie. And they did that because it's actually historically accurate. Richard the Lionheart actually got hit by a crossbow bolt, and I think gangrene set in and he died. And so I know a little bit about him. I also know that he never had an heir, and that's why his brother John took over. There's a lot of opportunity for jokes there. So I don't know how they're going to go after Ragnar exactly, but we'll see how it goes.
Richard the Lion versus Ragnar Lodbrok. I'm Richard the First from the Third Crusade. That only leaves room for you in second place. The chivalry.
Okay, Richard the First only leaves room for you in second place. All right.
Swinger of the sword and mace, and I kill you when I spit like a pit full of snakes.
There it is. Yeah. Kill you when I kill you when I spit like a pit full of snakes. There you go. That's how he died. So he's going after him already. Also, before we get too far, if language, if cussing and that sort of thing is an issue for you, you might want to step away because in the past, and again, I haven't watched these in a long time, and I don't know how they are anymore, but in the past, there are some of these with some pretty harsh language, and so if that's a thing for you, now's the time to step away, because I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect here. It may get bad, it may not, so...
Pit full of snakes. I'm the number one dick, rising up to make you feel small. My battering ram slams through your shield wall. I'll announce at the next of your things that I'm chopping through your family like boneless wings.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to hit that one more time. I want to hear a little bit of that. Obviously, there's a lot of references to the male anatomy. Hey, you thought I was going to have to say that in a dirty way, cleaned it up nice for you. That's what we do over here on One Man's Opinion. We clean it up nice.
I'll announce at the next of your things that I'm chopping through your family like boneless wings.
Okay, see, I don't know the next of your things. I don't know what that reference is, so I apologize. I'm kind of missing that. If you know what that is, let me know in the comments below. Maybe you guys can educate me a little bit on Ragnar. So I'm probably gonna miss a lot of his bars. That's unfortunate. I do love wings, but you never eat boneless wings. Boneless. Actually, that is a reference to one of Ragnar's sons. I'm 90% sure that one of Ragnar's sons was nicknamed Boneless. I think I'm remembering that right. But either way, boneless, through your family like boneless wings. Okay, that makes a little more sense now. But still, either way, if you're going to eat wings, you eat them bone in. You eat them bone in.
Boss, you got avenged by a kid with no bones. Your own story ended worse than Game of Thrones.
There you go. Okay. Kid with no bones. His son was called Boneless. There you go. So I was right about that. And then Game of Thrones ending was awful. So that's a little bit of a punch. And that is kind of a lame way to go out. You get captured and thrown into a pit of snakes. It's, you know.
Your son killed your ex killed your wife. I'm the Lion King, man, but that's a messed up circle of life.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that flip right there. He said, let's go. Let's get that run back right there.
Worse than Game of Thrones. Your son killed your ex killed your wife. I'm the Lion King, man, but that's a messed up circle of life. Half-ass head taps can't be condoned. It's like you raided the face of Post Malone. I'm scared of no foe. I'm backed by the Trinity. I'll conquer you on my day off like you were Sicily.
Conquer you on my day off like you were Sicily. Okay. Which I'm pretty sure is something that legitimately happened. Real quick, again, we're going to get that Post Malone bar one more time, and then we'll let it rock. And hey, man, if you got a problem, you know, you can go watch the video on your own and listen to it. I'm here to kind of get the punches and listen to the lyrics, the historical. You know, I like to learn a lot while I'm listening to these and listen for those real heavy-handed punches. I would say that he didn't throw anything that was too crazy around in this first round, though. Nothing that was like, ooh, that was dirty. You know, nothing crazy.
Fast head taps can't be condoned. It's like you raided the face of Post Malone. I'm scared of no foe. I'm backed by the Trinity. I'll conquer you on my day off like you were Sicily. Threatening to conquer Ragnar is bold. For a king who got whacked by a 10-year-old, I'll sacrifice you to Odin while drinking horns of mead. Good thing you hold the red cross, cause that's who you're going to need.
That was pretty good. I kind of like that. I kind of like the good thing you hold the red cross because that's who you're going to need. That was pretty good. All right, cool. And then he had some punches in there. You got killed by a 10-year-old, you know, that's worse than going out by rats probably. But I didn't know that. If that's true, and I'm sure it is, these guys do a lot of research. If the guy who shot the crossbow bolt was actually only 10 years old, that's pretty wild. Like that kid, can you imagine? Can you imagine being that kid? In France, they would have you would have been a hero. You took out Richard the Lionheart. You're a 10-year-old kid. Way to go. You know, that's crazy.
You're going to need. You built your army by raising English taxes. I raised my army taxing English asses with my axes. And who are you to talk about the circle of life? Your old lady can't feel the love on any night.
That's because Richard was not interested in women. He was married at 9 years old, or at least betrothed. I don't know that he ever actually got married. I think he got married. Regardless, he wasn't interested in women. Now, that's not to say that he was gay. He just was. His mind was focused on the Crusades. He was a warrior. He was always fighting and at war, and he just wasn't interested in women. So you can take that how you want. You know, maybe he had other interests. I don't know, but I know that he didn't have an heir, and that's why John took over. So that was a good punch right there.
My army taxing English asses with my axes. And who are you to talk about the circle of life? Your old lady can't feel the love on any night. Your only son was illegitimate. You erred on the side. Twist your spine like the end of the Plantagenet line. I'm just a war.
Ooh, What now? What now? Let's get that one more time. That was...
On any night, your only son was illegitimate. You erred on the side. It was just fine like the end of the Plantagenet line. I'm just a warrior.
that.
I'm not the linguist, but I think the king of England should probably speak English. You took act.
That's another thing, that he was gone. He was born in England, but he was gone so much that he didn't, that it's, I don't know if that was historical fact or if that was just rumor that English wasn't his first language. Could be wrong.
Jaffa, like a piece of cake, but never attacked Jerusalem for Christ's sake. Saw the Holy Land, but couldn't go all the way. We should call it the Crusade of Richard the First Base. Sail back north with your barbarian goon, because I'm tearing down your legacy, leaving it in ruins. Your real self next to your legend disappoints. I see you shaking in your shaggy little pants like zoinks. Who invented the royal me? We. Who's the predominantly fictional MC? Lee. You're a wannabe, mon ami. Kneel down and honor me. Richard coming through in the end like Sean Connery.
Yeah, coming in. That's what I was talking about with the with Richard always showing up at the end of the movies. Sean Connery played him in. I can't remember which one Sean Connery was the king at the end. It wasn't Men in Tights, was it? It wasn't Robin Hood Men in Tights. It was definitely a Robin Hood movie that I've seen though, because I know that cameo. But I can't tell you for sure. I'm gonna run his verse back just a little bit because there was a lot there. And I didn't really pause any. I just want to hear it one more time.
North with your barbarian goon, because I'm tearing down your legacy, leaving it in ruins.
Leave it in ruins. See, I don't know what that is. I don't know. I'm just, and that's probably more on me than them, because I'm not very familiar with Ragnar.
Real self next to your legend disappoints. I see you shaking in your shaggy little pants like zoinks.
Shaggy little pants like zoinks. That's a play on Scooby-Doo. I hope that there's more to that bar than is on the surface level. I hope I'm missing more because that's pretty weak.
Who invented the royal me? We. Who's the predominantly fictional MC? Lee. You're a wannabe, mon ami. Kneel down and honor me. Richard coming through in the end like Sean Connery.
And before we move on, I know we haven't been past this part yet. Before we move on, I just want to say the production on these is fantastic. The beat is good, the music sounds great, and just everything going on in the background with the green screen, and it's just, this has always amazed me about epic rap battles, is how good everything looks. The cinematics are fantastic.
The double correlated blood and gore gourmet. You might have the axe, but I make a body spray. I'm just overcame and I struck like a cobra. If I wanted to fight loser Vikings, I'd go to Minnesota.
Oh man, he took a shot at the Minnesota Vikings. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, more of the snake references and how he died and stuff like that. So, but I'm obviously missing some other stuff.
Fight me? Take off the tin shirt. I'll be waiting in my birthday suit, going berserk. Ding dang dong, morning bells warn about me at the break of dawn. And I'm putting you to sleep like your brother John. Living monks and chunks on Northumbrian lawns, as I'm the all-father spawn. You couldn't even beat a salad in a fight. You're a selfish Monty Python nights. You went from chainmail to chained up in jail to mummy trained England to pay for your bail. With no king's...
I don't know about that. I don't know when Richard ended up in prison. So I missed that one.
Ransom will save you from these bars, son. I'm eating you alive like the gangrene you died from.
There it is. The gangrene you died from. Well, if you're asking me, hang on. If you're asking me who won, I would have to say Ragnar, but it's unfair because I understood a lot of the punches he was throwing at Richard, and I didn't understand a lot of the ones that Richard was throwing at Ragnar. And even the ones that I understood didn't seem like real dirty. And that's what I was worried about. A lot of those old ones, man. You look back at like Hitler versus Vader. Those guys weren't afraid to say some things. Like, it got racy. And like that was the beauty of it, because it took historical fact and it flipped it on its head in these rap battles. And I think you can learn a lot. It's a way to learn a lot about historical figures in a way that gets kids and teenagers involved in listening. Now, you may not want really young kids listening because some of them do have really foul language. But as far as just like the historical accuracies, as far as stuff like that goes, they're always on point. I've never caught a moment where they said something and I was like, well, that's not exactly right. As far as this goes, I think it was fun. I mean, it was fun to revisit. There was some nostalgia here for me personally. I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed listening to it again. Did I get like a real big kick out of it at any point? Maybe not necessarily. I laughed a few times. And so would I do it again? Yeah, I might check out a few more if they drop a few more, especially if there are some characters that I'm a little more familiar with, you know. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, comment down below. Let me know if you would like me to do more of these. There's obviously a whole slew of epic rap battles. There's probably some out there I haven't even seen that I could do, that I could watch. If you guys are interested in seeing that, be sure to let me know. Leave a thumbs up. Did you like this review? Did you not? And if you didn't, let me know why down in the comments. But if it was because I paused too much, then don't even bother saying it, because I don't care. If I do more of these, I'm going to continue to pause because I like to discuss like what's going on in the verses, you know, and what's happening. So if you didn't like it and you thought that my analysis was bad, or, you know, whatever it was, don't get mad. Remember, this is just one man's opinion. Thanks.